The 5 p.m. bus wasn't carrying people. It was carrying impatience. Every seat held someone already gone, mentally elsewhere, scrolling their way out of the day. Necks bent in unison. Faces glowed blue. The city moved inches at a time, and everyone seemed to be fighting the same quiet thought. I just want to be somewhere else. It was raining. Not the dramatic kind that demands attention, but a steady, deliberate rain, the kind that washes dust from the streets and softens the hard outlines of buildings. Inside the bus, the rain was mostly ignored. The windows were just glass barriers between us and delay. Everyone, that is, except one woman. She sat halfway down the aisle, near the window. Her phone was nowhere in sight. Her hands rested loosely in her lap, and she was smiling, not at a message, not at a screen, but at the rain sliding down the glass. It was a small smile, private and unforced, as though she had discovered something quietly beautiful that didn't need to be shared. The bus lurched forward, stopped, lurched again. Brake lights burned red through the rain. A man near the front sighed loudly. Someone else tapped their phone, then checked the time, then tapped again, as if impatience itself might move traffic faster. I don't know why I spoke to her. Maybe it was the contrast, her calm in a vehicle full of tension. Or maybe it was exhaustion, the kind that makes you curious instead of numb. "How can you be so happy?" I asked, gesturing toward the line of stalled cars beside us, "when we're stuck in all this traffic." She turned to me, a little surprised, then amused. Her eyes were clear, present, unhurried. "I'm not in traffic," she said softly. "I'm sitting in a chair, inside a warm, dry box, watching the world get a drink of water." She paused, then added, almost as an afterthought, "Perspective is the only thing we actually own." The bus crept forward another few feet. Nothing around us changed. Screens still glowed. Thumbs still scrolled. The rain still fell. And yet something shifted, quietly, unmistakably, inside me. We spend so much of our lives convinced we are trapped by circumstances. Trapped on buses. Trapped in traffic. Trapped in jobs, routines, obligations, waiting rooms of every kind. We tell ourselves peace will arrive later, after the commute, after the deadline, after the weekend, after the vacation. But the woman by the window was living in the same delay as the rest of us, and suffering none of it. She hadn't escaped the situation. She had reinterpreted it. We often call ourselves the most connected generation in history. We carry the world in our pockets. Information travels faster than thought. Messages cross continents in seconds. And yet, sitting on that bus, the truth felt unavoidable. We are deeply disconnected from where we are, from the people beside us, and from ourselves. High-speed internet. Low-speed souls. We scroll past sunsets instead of watching them. We treat the present moment as an inconvenience to be endured rather than a place to live. We sit inches away from life, staring at reflections of it on glass screens. The woman had done something radically simple. She had changed her relationship with the window. The rain wasn't a delay. It was a gift. The traffic wasn't an obstacle. It was shelter. The moment didn't ask her to fix anything, achieve anything, or escape anything. It asked only to be noticed. And in noticing it, she had found peace. Not the loud, dramatic peace promised by retreats and getaways, but the quiet, durable kind that survives long commutes and bad weather. The kind that doesn't depend on circumstances improving. The bus eventually began to move more steadily. Stops came and went. People stood, shuffled forward, and stepped off, still absorbed in their screens, still somewhere else. When my stop approached, I pulled the cord and stood. As I passed her seat, the woman looked up and smiled again. Not like a teacher delivering wisdom. Not like someone trying to change the world. Just like a fellow traveler who had chosen to be where she was. That evening, walking home under my umbrella, I noticed things I usually missed. The smell of wet pavement, the way rain cleaned the dust from leaves, the quiet relief of a city being watered after a long, hard day. Nothing in my life had changed. My schedule was the same. My problems were still waiting for me. But my experience was different. I wasn't in traffic. I wasn't behind. I wasn't trapped. I was walking, breathing. Here, you don't need a vacation to find peace. You don't need perfect conditions or an empty calendar. Sometimes, all you need is to stop arguing with the moment you're in and look out the window. Perspective is the only thing we actually own.